All right, to my guest, thank you so much for being on the show. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm feeling amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, I'm really super excited about this one. I feel like a lot of you all would be really excited about this. And also, I was just begging her to show her screen
Oh my God.
because she wouldn't show it, y'all. So she got me talking to a black screen.
Stop. It's the energy. It's an energy exchange. We don't need a screen.
Now
We
we
don't.
don't need a screen, y'all. She been buttering me up to myself. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
No,
great. It's
it
gonna
is.
be amazing. The vibe's good. You look amazing. It's a great day.
No, I agree. I listen. I feel like when we first talked over the phone, and she is from Memphis, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a piece of cake. Like, I get so excited when I speak to my fellow Memphians.
Of course, look, the thing about Memphians is that number one, when we see each other, it's like seeing a cousin or family member. You
Dead
know,
ass. We might be cousins.
no, for real. You know, when you meet people from Memphis, you're like, who y'all people?
Right.
Okay.
Wait, what high school did you go to?
So I went to two high schools. So I went to Memphis Catholic and I
Mm-hmm.
also went to Treadwell. So my senior year, I went to
Oh wow.
Treadwell. For 3 years. I went to Memphis Catholic. That's when I tell you my life is just a story that I need to write. But yeah, so I'm from North Memphis.
Nor.
Oh, put your thumbs up. I'm from Hollywood and Springdale, born
Not
and raised
Hollywood, child.
Hollywood.
Oh man.
Mhm.
I went to Central High School.
Oh, you went to the high
Yeah,
school.
the high school. I was going to say that, but I'm like, I should have said it because you would have known what that means. But yes, I went to the high school, Central High. And I used to live in East Memphis, but then I used to be all over because I used to be outside when I was a kid. So I used to be in the mound. I used to love South fucking Memphis. Oh my goodness.
You used to, what is it that you love so much about South Memphis?
I don't know. I just think that the niggas at the time were fine. Like we yo, we used to be in the hood. If you from Memphis, you probably know where this is at in South Memphis on B Street, Barton Street, over there by I want to say, is that by no, that's not by Third Avenue. Oh my God, I haven't been there in so long. But girl, I used to always be in South Memphis, Orange Mound. Funny enough, I never really been in North Memphis like that. Like I would go and drive through whatever, but I used to just always be in Whitehaven. Like I used to be
Yeah.
everywhere except for North Memphis.
Yeah, especially, I mean, if you're from East Memphis, then that makes sense that you would be in the Whitehaven, like,
Yeah, because it's
you
like
know,
right
South
there.
Memphis is also like close to the downtown area, depending on where you
Yeah.
are. But yeah, North Memphis is it's ain't there's no place in Memphis like it.
I
Period.
know, I know. You know what song I was listening to, and then we're gonna start the conversation. I was listening to that old Yo song. I'm repping North Memphis.
Mommy, yeah, I
Yo Gotti, yo Gotti, yo.
remember. Yes, shout out to Yo Gotti. I love him so much.
I know. I love between him. I love Dolph. Oh, and we gotta talk about Gangsta Boo and 3 6 Mafia. Like,
Always,
man,
always. Rest in peace to Boo, to Lola.
right? Yes, to Lola. That's so crazy. Now, what is your definition of a hoochie mama?
I think a lot of people wonder what my definition of a hoochie mama is, and I always say it's not so much what a hoochie mama is, or it's
Hmm.
so who were the hoochie mamas and who. Like I want to always like personify, and
Yeah.
because I believe that the hoochies are the cultural founders of so many different things that we that are popular today. So for me, a hoochie is somebody who is able to be creative in their dress and
Hmm.
their talk and their fashion. Somebody who is, you know, open sexually as far as not just having sex, but having autonomy over your body.
Hmm.
Somebody who is, you know, who is fierce and who is culturally relevant. Those are
Right.
Gucci's to me. And I think when we think about different subgenres of like groups of people, a lot of times things that Black women do just get thrown under the Black woman umbrella, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is so much nuance and so many different things that make up who we are as Black women. And I think
Hmm.
Hoochies are a branch of like
Yeah.
these Black women's, subgroups, because without the Hoochies, there is no hip hop music. Without
Oh,
the
there is no
Hoochies,
nothing without the
there's no,
Hoochies.
that's what I'm saying. Like it crosses so many different genres and boundaries that I think it's sometimes hard to just say a Hoochie is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because there's so many different types too, right? You got the church Hoochies and the Freaknik
Not the
Hoochies
church
and the
hoes. Come on
you
now.
because you got to think about like a lot of the fashion that a lot of people looked up. I don't know if you were raised in the church or not, but
Mm-hmm.
if you look at like the Baptist Kojic fashions, they
Mm-hmm.
mimic a lot of what is popular in the foundations of hoochie culture. Look at church hat.
Mm-hmm.
The church
Mm-hmm.
hat is intricate, and if you look at the hairstyles from the 80s and 90s, they mimic those church hats.
Yeah.
It's the waterfalls, it's the crinkles, it's the feathers, it's
Yeah, that
the
is so crazy that you
action.
said that. Because that's my next question. Like, where do you think this all originated from? Because I feel like growing up in the hood and you from Memphis, like I used to see the fly girls with the Coogee dresses, with the waterfalls, with the cornrows. Like the hair used to be on point, but now
Yeah.
that I'm visualizing the hats and stuff, it kind of do mirror that in a sense.
Yeah, I think that the foundations of hoochie culture is making something out of nothing. Being able
Mm,
to create without a lot of money, but with a lot of creativity. A lot of those hairstyles that people are paying, who knows what for people to do now, those
yeah,
out of kitchens.
that's a
Those
fact.
those came out of living rooms. A lot of the spray painted outfits and
Oh my
jackets and
God.
those came.
Remember those?
Yeah, and those are still popular. Those were people we sat next to in class who used to be drawn on the tables, who used to be spray painted outside. Like these all come from like being able to maybe not study abroad and go to Italy and go, to the Louvre, but you
Yeah.
have somebody who's just as talented right next to you who can create a masterpiece on your shoes, who can
Listen,
create these things on your clothes. So you can wear you can be draped in gold on your nails and on your fingers.
yeah.
I think it all comes from just the creativity that Black women possess.
You know what? You made a good point about just making something out of nothing because when I was a kid, me and my homegirls, we used to go to this transgender named 𝐾𝐿.
Mhm.
𝐾𝐿 and her homegirls would be in that kitchen and they used to press the hell out of our hair. When I tell you our hair used to be laid, eyebrows on point for like no seriously, like for like a couple of dollars. Like that was some of my best memories in Orange Mound, like getting my hair done with my friends and giving her like $30 to do our hair. And I'm talking about like the Memphis wrap. Remember the Memphis wrap? We had the curls at the top with the
Yes,
bone
the
straight.
wrap at the bottom. Yes,
Girl, don't play no games with it. So that's a yo. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the queen of the Memphis rap.
But okay, come on, little chat.
Listen, right? Stop it. So would you say that like the women, like let's say 𝐾𝐿 or like women you probably see in your neighborhood, would you say that that's like the real true pioneers, the church women? Because I feel like a lot of times people want to often look towards celebrities, but it's
Mhm.
like no, for me, when I first thought of like a hoochie or a fly girl, it was somebody I saw in my hood.
Yeah, I think that it definitely starts in the neighborhoods, and it definitely starts with the aunties and the cousins
The
and the
aunties, yeah,
mamas and the sisters. Like, and I think that's true for all cultural movements, that they start on the ground.
yeah,
Like it's like saying like, where did hip hop start? It started in the boombox in the neighborhood. It started
yeah,
us rapping in the cafeteria. It's like all very much rooted in community. So the girls, the fly girls, the hoochies of our community, they're the ones who started those trends. And then people like Gangsta Boo, people like LaChat, uh
mm-hmm.
Foxy Brown, Adina Howard, Lunel, all Monique, all these people look to who they looked up to as being fly, and they was able
Right,
to carry that into a bigger legacy. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
I believe it's got to start in anything worth worth following stars in the community.
Mm-hmm. So how has the portrayal of the hoochie culture and popular culture changed throughout history?
I think it changed. It's constantly evolving. I think that the word hoochie has always been popularized with Black folks. You know,
Yeah.
you quit. You know, you put on some Daisy Dukes, some little shorts, and your mom say, "Oh, you over there dressed like a hoochie. Where you get them hoochie clothes from?" You know,
Right.
it's something that wasn't necessarily a put down when we talking about in our community as far as the word. You know, you listen to blues music, it's the hoochie coochie man. You know
Mm-hmm.
that is not a put down. That's the ladies man. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
for everybody it was a different experience, but I think in popular culture where it got twisted was just the whitening
The
uh
whitewash.
the whitewashing of the word and the expectations of what a Black woman should be. So it was kind of it gets kind of rough because you have Shanae and you have Wanda and you have all these characters of what a Black woman is or what a hoochie is.
Mm-hmm.
And people started to take that at face value, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's never been like there's a balance. So I think the right people who the culture understands it.
Right.
The culture understands it, but I think outside in the popular culture, they might not really get that a hoochie is more than Shanae.
Right. So do you feel like movies like, because when I was doing research on this and like I love everything that you do and everything that you built because I just feel like when I go on your page, it's such a nostalgic feeling and I see myself. And then it also reminds me of when I was a little girl and I used to see these women and I used to think they were just so fly. So do you think movies such as like BAPS and Low Down Dirty Shame have influenced the perceptions of individuals termed as hoochies for better or for worse?
I think that movies like Low Down Dirty Shame, Babs, all these movies contribute to the understanding of what hoochie culture is, but I think it's important that we realize that there's variety, right, in that
Mm-hmm.
culture. So there are like movies that we would attribute to like hip hop movies, like what um
Players Club?
yeah, Players Club, Baby Boy. These are all things that people associate with like hip hop culture. So the hoochie culture movies, I think a lot of times people have only seen two of them.
Yeah, when there's so many
There's so many, like even in like
boys in the hood.
yeah, Boys in the Hood, Jason's lyric, uh
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Nicole Carson's portrayal of, that prototype hoochie woman has always been really complex and cool to me.
Yo,
Uh,
God bless her. Because I was thinking about her the other day, and then I saw her on your page, and then I just went down a rabbit hole, and I was like, wow, like I hope she's doing okay.
yeah, I hear that she's not doing the best, and I think what's cool about HoochieCon is that not only is it amplifying the idea that being a hoochie is not a bad thing, but it's also honoring the women who kind of
Paved the
get
way.
paved the way and also get kind of thrown into the shadows as if those portrayals aren't important. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jason's lyric,
Yeah.
her portrayal in that's award worthy.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
and that's what I enjoy about it. I enjoy being able to say, "Hey, Smokey's mama did an amazing job in Friday. She was hilarious.
Right.
She only had a couple of lines, but we remember her, right?
Like, hey
And
girl.
make it enough, okay? Make it enough." So it's just like everybody remembers Miss Parker, right?
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the Ronnies. Everybody remembers the Lil Kim cover. These are things that are important because it's giving Black women permission to be whoever they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's encouraged them to be who they want to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So we gotta talk about the Freaknik documentary, child. So
Child.
do you feel like this documentary represented the diverse experiences and perspectives of women.
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Absolutely not. I think that it really had an opportunity to bring in people. Again, this goes back to the beginning of our conversation. No culture is worth understanding if you do not talk to the people who started it.
Yeah.
There was auntie that was pop blocking and dropping it on a car. You should have interviewed her.
Yeah.
Like, we need a spectrum of people who were actually there. Why are we interviewing Rashida? Rashida was 14 years old. By the time she was 15, she was married to Kurt. That's not the perspective we need. She
Yeah.
wasn't on Freak Nick. She was there, but she was holding hands with him. Okay.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
think you make a good point because I feel like throughout the documentary, I still feel like they was like still policing and shaming women.
yes, the entire time.
Right?
The entire time. It was like it kind of, it felt like very like elitist, and it also felt like they were kind of trying to separate themselves from the sexual aspect of it, but
Right.
also give all praises to Luke for the sexual freedom of the festival. So it's like, okay, so which is it? Was it
Right.
was it all about being a family event, or did Luke make popularize it with his, I guess, his music? It was just so weird. Like, where the Luke
Right.
dances at? Where are the Luke dances at? Y'all could have been interviewing them.
But I think this is why certain generations have a hard time with understanding, sexual liberation and just empowerment and expression, because I think it's very important that we have conversation where, those who were unfortunately harmed at that festival speak up. But we also need to have other women who had a good time and made that
Yeah.
movement what it was.
Yes, yes, because the first of all, just the fashion
Oh,
associated with
please.
Freak. We didn't,
What?
there was no conversation about the fashion. There, it was like a footnote. All these things that we loved about Freaknik, there was some points in there where I was like, okay, this was good to know. Like, it's
Right.
founded by people who weren't even from Atlanta. The DC, some DC club, some kids.
Yeah.
And that was nice to know. It was good to like put a face to the people who actually started the event, to know where
I thought
Freaknik.
that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute. I love that we know that
Not cute.
Freaknik.
Not you being shady,
I'm
child.
just trying to be shady. I'm so serious that the foundations were, rooted in music with the freak dance, and
Mhm.
it was really cool. But then when they had the opportunity to bring in, where was Adina Hat? Like, these were people who were like the soundtracks to
Yeah.
Freaknik, and all we get, like, it made no sense that it was also produced by Jermaine Dupri, and he couldn't tap T-Boss on the shoulder. He couldn't
Yeah.
like, he couldn't go in his pocket and say, Debrat, hey, you was there, babe.
And also, I want to know, like, how much did the outfits cost? Like, I want to know details. Like, I wanted them to interview somebody that went every single year, and I wanted to hear their perspective on what they thought changed
Yeah,
from a woman's perspective.
cool. That would have been really, really cool.
Mad cool, because I know bitches got pictures.
Listen, if I can find them, and the way I be finding them, people auntie be like, where did you get this picture
Yeah,
from? And
like
if I could do that, then I know Jermaine Dupri with all his money, power, respect.
right. But that's
And
why I hate when they do that to women. Like, women play a very important part in hip hop, whether you like it or not. Like, don't
true.
shit move without women. I don't care what nobody say.
100%, because if it's not a woman who is the actual MC, the MC is rapping about a woman. Okay,
Right.
so they're the muses and they're the creators. So yeah, I completely agree with that.
So what do you hope to see in the future when it comes to like documentaries or documentary show? Yeah, that's how you know that time of the month is monthing, baby.
And I feel you. I do.
Right. Or media projects, like what do you think that they can do differently? Because I feel like there are so many other things that's going to be coming up that I feel like there needs to be all different types of perspectives involved.
Yeah, I think that if if we want that type of representation, we have to create it ourselves, and that's my plan.
Yeah.
I think as far as documentaries go, it needs to be a documentary about HoochieCon and
Mm-hmm.
the Hoochie movement. I hope that there is more information put out there from the perspective of Black women when it comes to Freaknik, because we don't just have to have one, like
Oh yeah,
there can
absolutely.
be many documentaries and perspectives, on that movement. So I hope moving forward, at least from my perspective, that um, there's more light shined on how impactful Black women are for all the movements.
You know what I was thinking about? Because I was just going down a rabbit hole, and you know how I used to go to the clubs back at home, and like they have the backdrop, and like people just be posted up, and I'm just like, I
Yeah.
remember there was one picture, and y'all probably seen this picture of the lady doing the split and her homegirl behind her.
Oh yes, that's one of my favorite pictures.
Yes, right.
That photographer, his name is Polo, and he's from New Orleans, and he's notorious for his backgrounds and his photography work in clubs. And that's why that type of image is so important. Like a lot of people look at that and like, look at her, like she's having a good time, but that's history. Like
Yeah,
20 years from now, we're gonna look at that and be like, my God, like I don't know anybody who can spray paint like that.
yeah,
I don't know anybody who can do hair like that. And look at her outfit. Like these things are so monumental and so important. And that's why I
yeah,
love the work so much, because people come to the page and they're like, this brings back good memories, or oh my God, I used to love this person. And it's like we deserve to be acknowledged, and we deserve to put a name to the impact that we have on beauty and culture. So yeah, I
You
love it.
know, I learned something new on your page because I remember seeing this beautiful chocolate woman all the time. She was so fucking fly, like super fly with the most beautiful hazel eyes. And I don't know if I saw it on your page or somebody else's page. And I think it was your page because you actually put a name on it. Her name was April Wilson, April B. Wilson, known as a black girl.
Are you talking about Angel?
Angel B. Wilson, known as Black Girl.
Angel. So from what I know about Angel is that she was fly as all get out.
No, she was a different type of fly. Like she was like she was the epitome of fly
Yeah, I know that she was born in 1972 and she passed away in 1998.
at
So
26 years old.
yeah, so very young, but yeah, that people like Angel are why, archives and verbal history are so important, because we see that picture floating around. You probably saw that picture floating around, all types of pictures of her floating
Girl,
around.
I didn't see this lady so many times and I didn't nothing, I never thought of it until this conversation. I'm like, who is this lady?
Hmm. Her name is Angel Wilson, and her son has also kept her legacy alive.
Yeah.
There is an Angel B. Wilson Foundation if you guys want to look that up. But yeah, Angel was just completely fly. I mean, the nails, the hair, the gold teeth, everything. And that's why I love this work, because it's putting a name to these people who
Yeah.
are foundational to very impactful
Who were the
trends.
blueprint?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. We talk about gold, and back in the day, our counterparts would look at gold as like being cheap, whatever. And I think that played a role in other aspects, play a role into like the perception of hoochies being having a negative connotation with it. So, what role do you think socioeconomic factors play in this perception?
I think the percep which one, that gold is cheap, or the perception of
It's just
Hoochie?
like the things that we deem as like popular, like the gold, or even like, a lot of times people thought that we was being ghetto, but the bonnets were to protect the intricate hairstyles. But then you
Yeah,
got white people wearing bonnets, and now it's a cool thing.
yeah, yeah. I think it's really what it comes down to. That perception is from people outside of the culture who demonize things that they don't understand.
Right.
And a lot of times I think it's simply minding your business. Um, minding your business. Let Black people mind Black people business, and people outside
Right.
you mind yours. And if the two shall ever meet, if the two shall ever meet,
If it ever, you know, sometimes more than enough, it don't be us.
it don't be us, just ask for understanding, you know. So the
Yeah.
thing, I think it has been so popular to look down on Black women that it radiates through all aspects of our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take, for instance, a show like Sex in the City.
I knew you were gonna bring it up.
Yeah, the whole episode about the oh guys, that gold is ghetto or whatever.
Right. That's what I was. Yeah. And I
And
love
then
Sex in the City. But
you
I was like, come
look
on,
at
bitch.
the season after, she's wearing door knocker earrings with her name.
Right.
So it's that old saying that is everything is ghetto until proven fashionable.
Yeah.
And then that spills over to a lot of what we do, because it happens, you know, when you're a pioneer, people are like, this is crazy, this is ugly, this is dumb. And then that next season they're wearing it. And
Yeah.
that's what's important, to put a name to what would be a hoochie, because without putting a name to it, they get to rename it and then it belongs to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what initially sparked your interest in studying hoochie culture and becoming a historian?
I think that I've always just been really interested and fascinated by Black culture in general.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a minor in Black history, and I majored in fine arts performance. So I love
Oh,
art.
you home. Yeah, this is your thing.
Yeah, that's my thing. I love art, and I love us.
Yeah.
I found that, like, okay, people were like really influenced by these women who were being called this, that, or the other. And there was
Right.
a real conversation had about where the popularity of these styles and this slang and, you know, the music, where it comes from and why. And that's what made me interested in it, because it's like there are these trends that people just blindly wear and put on and never think,
Mm-hmm.
where did this come from?
Right, right. Like that, like they invented it. Like, stop it.
Yeah, like, I mean, and then you think about people like Grace Jones, who was
Oh man.
on the cover of Vogue. I believe, what year was it? It was 1975. On
Mm-hmm.
the cover of Vogue with gold teeth.
Yeah.
Like that means something, you know, that deserves to be in a museum, that deserves an exhibit. Just
Yeah.
the idea that a dark-skinned Black woman on the cover of Vogue with gold teeth in 75, these are things that people believe just fall out the sky. Gold teeth, grills, that's us.
Yeah. Especially, yo, it's so crazy how grills are just. I mean, it's been popular for a while, but the fact that it's so popular, because I remember when grills were not popular.
No, in Memphis they always been popular in Memphis.
Oh yeah, yeah, I had a grill when I was a kid.
I had one and it was not cute. It was like a little middle of the stove, the little fake ones. I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
one there,
yeah.
but I'm so glad that I grew up and I got my good, my gangster grills.
I lost my gangster grill. I gotta
What
get a new
happened?
one. Huh?
How'd you lose it?
I don't know. I had just moved and I don't know where the hell it's at. I'm like, I know anybody stole it because that's nasty.
Moving too fast, moving too fast. That's what
Right, right.
I keep an eye out on my girl because I love it, love it, love it. But
I know.
yeah, that's what got me interested in it, you know, just seeing my aunts and my cousins and, you know, my neighborhood, my friends. I had a friend, I won't say her name because we ain't friends no more, but when we were young, you know, her mom always let her get the intricate styles, like the waterfalls and the finger waves in the front and the, you know,
The
and
crimps.
The crimp. Oh my God, the
The
crimp.
crimps,
I had
man.
the beanie ponytail with,
Yeah.
like seeing those people around me and growing up and seeing that was beautiful to me. So
Yeah.
it always interests me because the beauty standard was always different when I left.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
a
that's
fact. That is a when I
love
left
to
Memphis.
honor him. I love to honor them. And I always want to remind people that your ancestors are not just this far off people. Your ancestors, your great auntie, your
Yeah.
auntie can be your ancestor. And just because she listened to Juvenile and Manny Fresh and she got finger waves and curls, that lady is art.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what got me into it. I just my love for the culture.
Speaking of art, talk about your love for Gangsta Boo in the chat.
I love it, love it, love it, leather. I mean, I'm from Memphis. I'm from Memphis. That's some of the first female
That was
um
our introduction of like, I mean, I was
yeah.
born in New York, but I was raised in Memphis. So I kind of had the best of both worlds. But like when I first saw Gangsta Boo, like,
That's so funny that you said that because her second album, Best of Both were Best
yeah,
69. Yeah, it started
yes,
69.
like it's just, when Gangsta Boo passed away, it really hurt my heart because of how she passed away and stuff. But what really hurt my heart was when, I was reading this article by this girl. She's a journalist and she was saying how people were just saying how they didn't know Gangsta Boo or like what did she give to rap.
What?
And right. And the girl said, and it brought me to tears. She said, yo, how easy is it for y'all to deny the genius in Black women? I'm like, that woman paved the way for a lot of women.
When you talk about, and I'm glad you brought her up because and I'm glad you brought New York up. A lot of times they try to erase the contributions of women from the South,
All
Black
the
women,
time.
especially. Like Black women in general, wherever they're from, that we suffer from that, but especially Black
Right.
women from the South, because when we're talking about the Mount Rushmore of women MCs, why are we not talking about Boo?
Yeah.
Why is she not a part of the conversation?
Boo first album, she started when she was 13. The first album came out when she was like 14, 15.
I mean, we talking about somebody that was a part of 3 6 Mafia.
Man, please.
What are we saying? Who is her equal? The only person that I would say would be her equal would be somebody like Lil Kim.
Yeah.
Because Lil Kim's career kind of
Mirror with the Junior Mafia and
yeah,
stuff.
with the Junior
Yeah.
Mafia. This is somebody who can hold their own amongst men
That's
and
a fact.
also be an independent artist and be a bad bitch. So
Man, where them dollars at?
where them dollars at? Inquiring minds want to know.
Listen, well, my favorite part of a song, she was like, "Boy, I come over, I let you get inside me, I ride you like a horse. I
I
say,
said,
whoa,
whoa,
Kio
it was
me,
nasty trick.
trick." Nah, recipes to a real one, man. Oh God, that hurt my heart.
It hurt me too. It really, I was, and she was actually starting to receive her flowers.
That's the crazy part about it.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That I was like, damn, Boo didn't deserve to go out like that.
Oh, she did. That was a tough one. That was a loss for Memphis for real.
Yeah, especially with all, like you said, she was just starting to receive her flowers. They just did the verses. Like Boo was up about to be, I mean, she was always up, but like I just felt like the world was starting to like, okay, I
To
see what people was
acknowledge
talking about.
it
Yeah.
was kind of like how we watched the world finally acknowledge that Project Pat has been foundational to a lot of these people's
Oh,
flow.
please.
I mean, to go from in the 90s when we was growing up where Andre 3000 had to say the South got something to say. And
Yeah.
go from that to fast forward now, everybody sounds like Project Pat.
Yeah.
Everybody sound like Three Stacks. Everybody sound like Boo.
Everybody sound like the South.
They sound like us. They sound like us.
Yeah.
So, and that's also why I just I love history so much
Oh
because
yeah, because if you
it's
want to know, if you want to learn something, all you gotta do is just read, baby. Pick up a book and read.
okay, flip them pages.
Flip them pages because history always repeat itself, and history never lies. Well, some history lies, but that's neither here nor
Okay, yeah.
there. Now, who are some individuals that you feel like are labeled as hoochie mamas, but they do not fit the description?
Oh, so you mean is she a hoochie?
Is she a hoochie or no?
Yeah, hoochie. Y'all, we have a series on called Is She a
A
Hoochie?
hoochie.
And I think personally, why don't we just bring up a hoochie, a recent Is She a Hoochie candidate? Okay.
Okay.
Miss Baby Girl herself.
I already know.
Ali.
Aaliyah.
The debate has raged on within the HoochieCon community for quite some time. Personally, I think that Aaliyah does not quite fit the bill to be considered part of Hoochie history. What do you think?
Uh, I think the reason why is because I think that Aaliyah was introduced to a lot of things that she may have not been ready for from the
Yeah.
outside looking in.
Mhm.
And I just didn't feel like that was her vibe. I feel like I don't know. I also feel like one minute Aaliyah was like 14 and she was a little girl. Next thing you know, she was a grown woman with the bangs, all this other shit. So like I feel like she was giving off a certain type of energy, but it didn't give me hoochie. Like when I think of
It didn't
hoochie, like
give
I think
you-
somebody like fierce. I think of somebody like in your face, like you know what I'm saying, like comfortable, like
Yeah, and she didn't. Somebody said this was a good comment. Somebody said they felt like Aaliyah was on a way to deciding if she was a hoochie or not. But she
yeah, because she
never got
played
an
it.
opportunity to make
Yes,
she never got to have the actual ownership over her sexuality the way that we would have liked to see her uh
right.
into it like that. So yeah, I completely agree with that. I
And I
do.
also feel like I think that's a great point because I feel like she died so young. Like we don't know what could have came from her journey or just her, you know, her evolving into herself. But I feel like because she was a beautiful girl. But she was
Extremely.
also cool. She was laid back, like she was chill. But then again, can hoochie mamas or hoochies can there's different types of hoochies though.
There's different types of hoochies. Embracing being a hoochie is not limited to showing everything.
Right.
Or we got the tomboy style hoochies. For example, we
Right.
got the brat who can do both. The brat with her tomboy look or with her girly look, she gives hoochie. It's that in your face, it's that confidence, it's
Mm-hmm.
that, that swag that she has. I think she's a good example of what a hoochie can look like without the stereotypical, because sometimes when we talk about hoochies, we only think about the
The
90s.
sexy.
Right.
Yeah.
Sexy, the little Kim, but you know, a hoochie can that's what is so freeing about the term because it can mean a lot of things.
Right.
It can look a lot of different ways. Like for me, I think Missy is a hoochie too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta do let's all we gotta do is roll out the songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Damn, so
know?
now you got me thinking because maybe Aaliyah was a baby hoochie.
That is so funny that you said that because there was actually a vote. 840 people voted on whether or not they believed that Aaliyah was a hoochie or not, and 82% said no. 18% said yes. The most liked comment says no. I think Aaliyah was a hoochie, but she was affiliated with hoochies,
That's a
such as
fact.
Hoochie Daddy Genuine. So
Mm.
let's just call her an honorary hoochie. So that's what they gave her, honorary hoochie.
Wait, one more. Who else would be an honorary hoochie?
Okay, so I don't know if you would say this person would be an honorary
I
hoochie, but
gotta
this
get.
was also a conversation. Is she a hoochie? Sierra.
Oh yeah, Sierra is very
I think Sierra
comfortable in who she is.
I think Sierra gives hoochie. I
Yeah,
think
she's definitely a hoochie.
She's definitely a hoochie. I think people, when they think about hoochies, they don't think that a hoochie can be married or have kids. Or yeah, you can be a hoochie and have a
Oh
happy.
yeah, them the biggest hoochies.
Okay, hoochie. That's how they got them.
Listen, I'm trying to be married with some kids too. Shit.
Okay, amen. So, I think Sierra is one that people had some debates about. We
People
also
love to hate Sierra though.
they love to hate Sierra, but how can you hate Cece?
Yeah.
I grew up on that. You know, the girls who graduated in 2004. Hey y'all,
You
Sierra.
may look at me and think that I'm just a young girl, but I'm not.
Baby, this is what I'm looking for. 16. Listen, my song. I love her.
Yeah, people love the hate Sierra. Let that girl be, man.
Yeah, let her be happy. I think one of the most controversial
Okay, I think
conversations
I know who you're gonna say. Go
was
ahead.
Beyonce.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say Beyonce.
A lot of people, I actually did not put a vote, but there were like over 200 comments, and people were just, it was split. It was
People
split.
love to hate Beyonce. Beyonce is a hoochie.
I think Beyonce is a hoochie. A lot of people were saying she code switches a lot, but she is a hoochie. Somebody said
Not you
she
code switching as a whole, baby. Like, is you
somebody
or is you not?
is you a hooch or ain't you?
Hey.
A lot of people said that they don't believe she's a hoochie because specifically the Destiny Child song "Nasty Girl."
Oh,
It's so
nasty girl.
nasty. No, no, no.
Oh, you're a nasty girl.
Trashy and daddy and that. It's
Yeah.
basically a song talking about women who are dressing like
Whoa,
hoochie.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, so they said that she lost her hoochie card because of that song.
Oh, please.
I mean, they really going down bad. They getting a little rough with the song. You gotta go back and listen to it. You gotta go.
I gotta listen to it. But I think she's a hoochie though. But then I'm also a beehive, so
I mean, who ain't? I love
no, it's
it.
a lot of people that hate B now.
I feel like the Beehive a lot of times. I feel like I'm one foot in the Beehive, one foot out because sometimes the fandom goes a little bit like it
I mean,
goes.
well, yeah, the stand culture is different.
Yeah, yeah, but who if you can't look at Beyonce and understand why people are the way they are about her, then you a hater.
Oh, you
You,
a hater. You a
you,
hater.
you a big hater.
Now, who would you say is the pioneer for the hoochie daddies and why? Let's see if you got the same person I got.
Um, I think there are a few. I would say Prince
That's who I
is
had.
one. I would say Genuine, Tupac,
Ooh,
uh,
yes.
Usher,
Mm.
uh, Devontae, Gerald Levert. Like, there's so many.
Yeah, so many bitches.
Yeah, listen, it's my favorite thing to do is to go on YouTube and just put in Gerald Levert and look at videos of girls being like, "Yeah, we was gonna get married," like, "Yeah,
Yes.
and then the next one is like Candy from Escape, like, "Yeah, we had a song together and we was gonna get married," and then like Kim Whitley's like, "Oh, I loved him so much," and Monique's like, "I love," like everybody loved that man.
Baby, I know he was putting it down, baby.
He
And he
was
can
so
sing.
fine. He
Oh
was
my
so
God.
he looked like he smelled good.
Oh my, what? You all warm and just soft and just, mm. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Shamar Moore is a hoochie daddy too. With his little
Shamar
freaky
Moore is
ass.
definitely a little freaky frog. He is a Mickey daddy, and he's fun. That's what I love about Shamar. He doesn't take himself that seriously. Of course, he a hoochie daddy. I mean, he hosted Soul Train.
Girl with them crazy ass dance moves.
His dancing was absolutely dreadful. I will say
Yeah.
that. He better be glad he pretty because woo,
But listen, you can't have it all because that nigga is fine, okay?
yeah, he is, and he's aged well too.
Oh,
So
he has. Mm. So what do you think that we now Shamar Moore can get it, baby?
I'm crying. Not you want a piece of Shamar,
Oh
honey.
my God. I was a kid and I used to love that man. Like
He was really beautiful as a kid.
beautiful.
I
What?
met him too. I met him. He at the Raleigh Springs Mall, girl.
Raleigh Springs Mall. What he was doing in Raleigh Springs Mall. I know why you was there.
Look, this is so funny. So it was at the was it the Raleigh Springs? No, actually, I lied. It wasn't at the Raleigh Springs Mall. It was at the Mall of Memphis.
Girl, the Mall of Memphis, y'all.
Yeah.
That's where you used to go get your outfits from head to
I
toe,
used to go
baby.
skate, baby. I used to be, I didn't know who I thought I was, but I would go. My dad used to work at the mall. So every
Oh,
Saturday I would go skate. I would go skate at the mall. And my mom
damn.
upstairs to give me a little slice of pizza, child. And Shamar Moore ended up being at the mall signing autographs.
Of course he will be.
So
Of
I
course.
got it line. I got it line. And I got his autograph from my mom. And
Um,
I gave it to her, and she was like, "Who is this?"
listen, that was the type of fine, like they don't make fine niggas like that no more, man.
I don't know. I think
I ain't seen fine niggas.
they still churning them out, but I have an unusual type. So
Listen, well, wait, I know your type.
yeah.
I do. You're in a relationship.
Yes, I am in a relationship. I am engaged to a beautiful, beautiful girl.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations. I know you're engaged.
yes, I am engaged. But when it comes to men, my type is very
Like, what's your
different.
type? Who's your type?
I would say I'm somewhere between Usher,
Mm-hmm.
the old Trick Daddy.
Oh, the old Trick Daddy was so
Oh,
fun.
Trick
You
Daddy.
know, Nan Trick Daddy. What?
Yes. And when I say that, some people are like, girl, what? But you don't understand. You don't know. You
Nah.
don't remember. He was gorgeous.
Nah, the old Trick Daddy when we was kids, that nigga was fine. Yeah.
He was beautiful. He could rap, and he seemed like he was fun. Somewhere between that and like Tupac. Like I like,
Oh,
yeah. Like I
Tupac was
also got a thing
I'm
for
obsessed with
Kendrick.
Tupac.
I think for Kendrick. So
You got to think for Kendrick?
I do.
Well, Kendrick looked too small for me.
Sometimes
I will say I like him because he's smart though. Like I like smart niggas.
that's what I like. That's what I like. I like him smart, and I like him a little hood.
Yeah, like I like a nigga I'd be like, what you say, baby? Say that again.
That was real. You said something there.
I'm like, I'm following you, baby. Come on, keep up. I'm keeping up. Yo, you know what? What I was about to ask you, do you feel like queer women have been represented in the hoochie culture?
um,
Because I
I don't
don't know if I saw it on your page, but I
think
think you
so.
posted something about 𝐃𝐿.
So that's the thing. That's what and I don't think they are represented, but I do. And I do have a lot of people who, unfollow the page or, have something to say about that. But I
Really?
believe that queer culture and hoochie culture, the emojis, the little shaking hand emojis, that's us. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because when we talk about hoochie culture, we have to talk about the dolls. Like
Mm-hmm.
they are a part of that fashionable foundation and impact of hoochie culture. So,
Yeah.
you know, queer, trans girls, they're
Especially the trans girls,
especially
baby.
the trans girls, they're a part of hoochie culture.
Because
They are.
Kiki had me laid, baby.
Okay,
Okay.
see, and that look, we just talked about it. If it didn't start in the community, then it ain't worth for shit. Kiki
Right.
is hoochie history.
Yes, Kiki is Hoochie history, honey. So, what do you think we can do to amplify and center the voices and experience of Black women within this conversation about Hoochie culture? Because I feel like if it wasn't for pages like yourself and other like digital art or just social media overall, I think a lot of people would forget about
Yeah.
this overall, which is very heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do, at least on my end, I feel like you said, to continue to take up space in the digital world,
Yeah.
but also create community IRL, like having things like HoochieCon or
Yeah.
Trivia, or I also just started a book club where we read, things on the Hoochie reading list. Like all those things that center around community, that's how we amplify our voices. That's how, like, things like your podcast, having the opportunity to sit down and talk
Yeah.
and exchange energy and information, that's how we gonna keep the culture alive. Because without that, it's we don't exist. Even our ancestors had to sit down and have a conversation and talk
Facts.
about, just like the I don't know if you're on TikTok or not, but there's a sound that's like Roy Steen was all the things. Well, that type of shit is important, you know.
Yeah.
Us really listening to each other and realizing that Black women, regardless of background, education, economics, we're so important to
Yeah.
culture. We're so important.
All Black women. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, we almost finished. So I want to play a quick little game with you. So I am going to name a woman, and you guys say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh my God. Okay.
You ready? Be quick. You ready?
Okay.
Florence Griffin Joyner,
Nails.
Adina Howard,
Sex.
Lisa Nicole Carson.
Stardom.
Last but not least, Crystal Wilson.
Players Club.
Facts. I'm gonna reach out to her because I want to interview her because I feel like, I mean, I know she's in a recent show, but I feel like she got typecast real quick.
She did. She did. I think that there was no opportunity. I don't know why she wasn't bigger during that time, because she was the it girl, you
She
know.
was
She
the
was in
it
the dance
girl, right?
videos. She was in numerous she was that girl. So I think she would be amazing to interview. I would love to interview her too. My dream interview, which I'm putting out into the universe, I
Mm-hmm.
would love to interview Lunel. I love her down bad.
Yes, yes,
The
Lunel is a
Hoochie's a
good one.
comedy. The Hoochie's a comedy
Yes,
foundational to all of this. All
yes.
𝐿𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐠𝐞𝐿 Givens,
Some
Simone,
more. Oh,
everybody.
please.
Come on,
Yes.
even Thea, all those girls who
That's that comic view energy.
that listen, comic view was so important. I remember I went on a date when I was in high school, and
The
this
comic
dude,
view?
no. This dude
Oh.
told me, he said, "You finer than the comic view dancers." I said, "I know that's right."
Remember
Hey,
the dancers? Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn. And that's why I think that you do such a great job with your platform, is because you do not only just show one type of hoochie, like let's say in the pictures or the videos, you show different type of hoochies and different genres of what
Yeah.
the Black experience looked like. So I think that is such a beautiful thing because like you said, Lunel was a hoochie of comedy. You have Flojo, who's the hoochie of the athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And she keeps inspiring different um athletes to be who you are, because
yes,
people like
yes.
Serena and Venus, Flo
Mm-hmm.
opened the door for that kind of stuff. To be able to wear your beads, to wear your little cat suit while you playing, like the hoochies are so important, and they open doors for so many different people.
Listen, and shout out to her daughter Mary, because me and Mary are actually really good friends. So I always try to keep her mom's name alive because like Flojo she was that girl, man.
She really, like, just beautiful, talented,
Regal,
just
just
gorgeous,
fire.
just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And last but not least, because I did some research on you and I'm just so proud of you because of what you're doing, but also because you are my Memphis sister, and where we come from, a lot of people don't make it.
Yeah.
So, since the passing of your brother, how has his influence continued to shape your journey?
Thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
So first of all, rest in power to Darius Ever Truly. That's my brother. Since his passing, it changed my life. He has been a constant motivation and drive for me. I think that once he passed away, I felt like there was a torch that was passed to me to
Hmm.
be the absolute most fearless version of myself that I can be. And without him, I wouldn't be here. I would be nothing. So he's constantly motivating me. Constantly.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm so happy that we were able to do this.
I know. Thank you so much. I had such a good time.
Yes, I had a great time. Even though the camera was off, the energy was
Oh
there,
my God.
baby.
Here we go. Here we go with this.
No, I appreciate you, sis. And I'm just so proud of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure the listeners are going to really enjoy this because I always tell people you got to share your storyline because you never know how it's going to inspire somebody else's lifeline. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and to the listeners, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please make sure to email me at hello@thephdpodcast.com. And until next time, everyone, later.
Bye.